Hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. And first of all, the first message I want to get across is Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Mubarak. And the reason I'm saying that is, after watching what was happening yesterday, sometimes we have to realise some of the things that happen are very cleverly thought out attacks. And when they are cleverly thought out, we have to be even more cleverer than the dunces of this world. We just have to be more cleverer because they think in their numbers that they are smart. And yes, 1,000 idiots can be smarter than one clever person until that one clever person starts thinking. Or that one clever person starts to actually get thousands of people that think like them. And the reason I'm saying that is, I want people to just watch this. You would have seen it. You all would have seen it. It's on Instagram all over the place. Damn it, sorry. It's on Instagram all over the place. Look at them. How are they attacking the Muslim man? All the flags. Wait a minute. Let's get him safe. Let's get him safe. Oh, no, we're not getting him safe. We are going to arrest him. The only man we are going to arrest him. We are going to arrest the man that was being jumped and racially attacked and assaulted by everybody with those flags. Now, for me, there's too much of that. Now, if you look here, I'm going to show you there's a lot of... Look, this is what's going on in the UK. This is what these people think, and I'm just going to scroll up.
Halal meat was banned in the UK. What would actually happen?
Ooh.
The first thing that you need to know is that halal meat industry contributes 1.6 billion pounds to the economy in the UK every year.
Oh, we don't want them to know that, though. Yep, together we will rise. Now look at this. Like, come on now, the brother's walking away. Look at the little... I'm going to say it right. Look at all these crackheads. No joke. Look at them. Look at them. And look what's happening. How do you arrest him out of that situation? And it happens... And I reshared this many times. This is why I love Birmingham. So I love where I'm from. So I love where I'm from. What's this? Oh, these type of people. And the reason I'm showing this, because these are like... This is some of the reposts I've done. If you're not following Canary UK, go follow them. They are highlighting all this type of... Look. Look at the scum. Look at them. Look at them. You can watch more of these after, but yeah, I love this as well. These are just some of the things I've reshared, as I say, on my social network.
One day, and you send her to voicemail. Ask yourself something. When did she become an inconvenience? She didn't sleep for you.
Charles, how long have you known about Andrew and
Oh no, look at the British... Now, why are you telling them to shut up? Now. This is where I get in now, because this is the seriousness of what the main point of what I was trying to show you. You can go to SJ Cartier Limited Instagram, press the retweet button on my profile. You will go through all those retweets. You'll see the type of things I have been resharing, reposting, whatever it's called, on Instagram. And now, when I saw everything happening in Manchester yesterday, I was resharing so much. I was commenting a lot as well. And then I started to realise, wait a minute, is this not Ramadan? And remember, I said this at the beginning, it is Ramadan. Now, as it's Ramadan, yeah, and we know the kids are off school, yeah, we know a lot of workers are off work. Why was this march in Manchester not set up last week, the week before, Ramadan. I want brothers, I want Muslims and non-Muslims to consider this. Why was it set up not the week before? Remember, they arrange these dates and they put these dates in calendars, send them around their Twitters or wherever they send them and chat to each other. And why was this not set up for Saturday before? Why was this set up for the Saturday after, when a lot of brothers are fasting? Now, brothers, if we are in Ramadan and we are trying to not eat, we are trying to do a lot of halal and rewarding actions, do you think this is something that we need to interact with now? Now, if we understand Islam a little, we'll understand that some of the biggest battles, let's talk about the Battle of Badr, are key important times for us as Muslims. Why was this? Because during the Battle of Badr was when some words were sent down to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Brothers were fasting while they were in this battle. Brothers were finding ways to rotate prayer to protect one line and make sure that all the brothers didn't miss their salah. Now, when we understand some of these battles were key points for Islam, we may understand why this battle was given to us in Ramadan. Now, it's not for us to jump out of the way and go and commit sins, no, because this is also what these protesters want us to do. They want us to come out on the streets to defend our honour and our word and our rights, to then be assaulted by them, which then may lead us to being arrested. We clearly see that video there. That brother, I believe, whether he's fasting or not, he has come out and he's defending his own right against numerous amount of people, and it seems like he's ended up getting rushed by groups of people. These people are, and I don't want to say anything derogatory, but when you look at the people in that video, a lot of them look like inbreds, and I'm being very open and honest there. They look like inbreds. They was not even throwing proper punches. Look at the video. So these inbreded people attacking one healthy looking male by the looks of things. How is it that healthy looking male is taken away and he's the one arrested? Scratch the head. But I'm missing the point here, and this is the point that I really want to get at is, because I even done a little search on Google, and this is why I say the battle's it's a tough battle we've got right now. Yeah, it's a tough battle. We're still here for it. Now, I searched Manchester yesterday. I just put Manchester yesterday. These are what Google showed me now. Look, it's showing us some Newcastle game. It's showing us, oh, there's one there. What's that one? There is a huge response on a major road in Manchester. That has nothing to do with these riots. EasyJet flights from Liverpool, nothing to do. 13 charge following yesterday's Greater Manchester. So I actually clicked that. You know what that brought me to? A page full of Islamic names. It was nothing to do with the riots yesterday. There was nothing to do with anyone getting arrested yesterday that was spouting racism and fascist remarks and shouting and screaming down the streets. Now, in Ramadan, if we were to come out of our fast to go and defend brothers and sisters there, what is that actually doing for us? Because yes, we need to stand up, but we also need to recognise their plan. Their plan was to do this in Ramadan. That was their plan. They thought all the brothers are weak right now. They're fasting. We've got Newcastle coming all the way down to Manchester. So with a lot of racism in Newcastle, now we have our numbers. We've got the Geordies. We've got all the Manchester. We've got all the rest of it. Overstand the scenery. And I don't want brothers and sisters to misunderstand this battle we've got right now. Because the battle's serious. It's coming to our streets. It's coming to our front doors. It's coming to us during Ramadan. And the point I was trying to make here, real life, is we do need to be careful of our actions in this blessed month. We still need to defend ourselves, but we also need to look at the battle they are bringing to us in Ramadan. We need to be aware of it. Now, I found a little report. Actually, after having to put in Manchester riots yesterday to actually get some search of news report, I found one news report, and I'm going to give ITV a little clap because you're the only one that I've seen so far report on what was going on yesterday. Report on what was going on. If it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't know what was going on. Remember that. If it wasn't for Instagram, I wouldn't be aware what was going on. I'm just fasting. I'm just in Ramadan. I'm not focused on all that stupidness until it's popping up in my social media consistently. So I have to be recognised of it and I have to acknowledge what's going on because I can see it. Now, it says hundreds of protesters have descended on Manchester city centre as opposing groups hold separate marches. Great Manchester Police have issued a 10-hour dispersal order as protesters begin their demonstrations from key landmarks in the cities. Supporters of the political party Britain First gathered outside Piccadilly Station on Saturday the 21st of February in what the far-right political groups say is a march from re-migration and mass deportations. And you can go and read that yourself, yeah. That's not what I'm on here for. I don't care about them. I don't care about their racist opinions because all I want them to do is keep giving us them. Keep showing us who you are. Please keep doing it. Keep doing the marches barefaced because you think you're going to live a life comfortably after. And this is what we need to become smarter with. Let them reveal themselves. Let them. They could be our neighbours. They could be in the shop when we go to the shop. They could be driving a train or a bus. They could be walking past you when you're dropping your kids at school. They could be anywhere around us, but hiding. But here, when they think they're strong in numbers, they aren't hiding. They're idiots. Let's get their faces. Let's get them all. At least we know who's then pushing this propaganda secretly. Because as I said, a lot of people may think, oh, he's always going to bring it back to him. Of course I'm going to bring it back to me because this is my channel. This is my YouTube channel. This is mine. I can tell you and say what I want about how I feel. So because this is about me, so I'm going to say to you, these same racist people, these same people marching, are the same people that have challenged my business for a while, since I've had my business. These are the same people that have challenged my business. Go have a look at my negative reviews. Let's do a track and trace of these people and see what groups they fall into. When I say I'm on Whatnot and the only issues I've got is when I've become on Whatnot where they feel they can now come out and say what they want. Why is it, I ask some people? Why is Whatnot an issue? Why? Because they have a lot of these racist, fascist people in their background. And you see people like me, I smelled them out. And I highlight them. Bet we'll see some of their faces there. And this is why it's like, we need to highlight them. We can't be going out there just fighting them because we're going to get locked up ourselves. Don't make sense. We need to be smarter than that. We need to get them all on recording. Record them. Whether they think we've took pictures, whether they think we took screenshots, whether they think we videoed them or not, just record them and take pictures of them. Keep those faces in your notebooks and remember them. Because when issues occur, we can then now highlight them and say, don't go to that person's business because he's supporting fascists. He's a racist. Instead of them saying, oh, we've got a black friend, we've got a Muslim friend, oh, my cousin's married to a Muslim, oh, my aunt is married to a black man. No one cares. Let's keep it real. I don't care who you... I just care about your actions and your presumptions towards me. I don't care who your family are. I've had it in Wiltshire, this place called Trowbridge. I've had a woman racially abuse me and then try and send pictures of her sitting with a black man and say, oh, look, here's the black man that I was telling you about. When I'm looking at him, he looks real bounty to me. So, hey, does that mean anything to me? Does that mean because you're sitting with that black man who looks like a bounty to me, does that mean that you are not racist? No, it doesn't. Does that mean you aren't the type of people to go to these marches? No, it doesn't. So when we highlight them, record them, take pictures, yeah, we will actually be able to shut down their infrastructures, which is businesses they have running, which is them in jobs where they are dealing with multicultural people or they are judging multicultural people. They should lose their jobs. They shouldn't be allowed to shop in certain shops and make them know, well, Britain, we are British, whether we're black, white or Asian, and we don't want no racist in our shop. You have to go further and further afield because we don't deal with fascists in our shop. This is how we cut them out. We get them to come out, draw them out. Same as I say with my business, like they want to draw me out and say, oh, there's the angry black man. I'm an angry black man if you bother me. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So what? If you're bringing something to me, of course I'm going to defend myself. Whether you think you're doing it online or you're doing it in person, I'm ready for it all the time. I grew ready. So when we overstand, we need to know who they are. Let them draw themselves out. Allow them to set up their marches. We go and show them that I love black, white, Asian, British, English people were all standing together in solidarity, telling them they're racist, you're far right, we do not care. We are not segregating each other from each other, and they show us more love than you do. Normal people that look like you are saying that. So strong strength to them because we love that. They need to see us together as one. Because one thing we need to recognise, there's more of us that want togetherness than there is that want secludedness. Look at them. Really think about it. A lot of people say, oh, I've got someone coloured in my family. There's multiculturals in our family. There's multiculturals in our school. There's multiculturals in our work. There's multiculturals everywhere. Let alone some people who are completely white and British and may not have no cultural people around them. They have common sense to recognise they still use some people with culture to build the country. They are still common sense to recognise even this isn't their country. They were brought here. This country was inhabitant. Now, this is where we need to get them. Make them set up their marches. We go and show our solidarity that we are not with them, but we do not commit offences to allow ourselves to get arrested. We just keep recording them and show strength together. Because when we record them again, I will repeat, we can do facial recognitions for ourselves Look them up on social networks. Look for them on whatnot. Look for them on eBay. Look for them with their business. Find out what their businesses are. Show people what they do and connect that to their business, because this is what they do to black businesses in the background. I've had numerous people tell me how certain people would like to discredit my business. And in fact, they've spoken to me themselves and say, you're quite respectful. I do not know why they are judging you. And I'm saying to them, it's very clear why they are judging me. It's very clear why they don't want me to make the certain amount of money that they're scamming other British people with. They're scamming British people and then saying, come to me. It don't make sense. Like I say on whatnot, people saying I'm scamming people for selling base. But wait a minute, you're scamming people to buy a spot that doesn't even come in the box, and you know it. You're seeing people get rid of Max Diamonds and come back with apologies. We don't care. That was a black man, a Muslim man. He would be ridiculed for life. He wouldn't even be allowed to have people following him again. People wouldn't be following him looking to see what he's got to say. It's only because he's English and they're saying, oh, we want to support the white Englishman. Just like Epstein files, isn't it? It's all right for some people to shout and throw derogatory terms, but when it's coming from someone of colour or of culture, it is completely wrong and the whole world should go up. But when it's someone of white British culture or white American culture, it seems to be hush hush. No one gets locked up. No one gets arrested. Like, how many arrests are going? I want to know how many arrests we do here from Manchester tomorrow. I would like to hear them. And again, the main reason I come on here, yes, it's to remind brothers, it is Ramadan. So don't let them draw us out to make us break our fast, but also remember some of the biggest battles happened in Ramadan. Some of the biggest battles came at the strongest time of the Quran being revealed. These are blessed times. These are times to get our rewards in some senses, if you know what I mean. But it's overstanding. Don't let them draw us out in Ramadan, because that's what they want to do. They're trying to plan it in the first week of Ramadan. I bet if we go back last year and looked at the first week of Ramadan, I bet you there was something like this similar. I bet you, and I can't even remember, but I'm telling you, I know there was something at the start of Ramadan to interact with Muslims who are fasting around the world. They don't want us fasting. Remember that. Second of all, stand solidarity. We respect. I love everybody more than they even know that stands there fighting these people and telling them, get off our streets, we are not with you. Because I can't lie, and I'm going to be very real and open and honest. I'm strong enough to do it, but I'm not strong enough to just stand there and waving flags me. I can't lie. Like, I can't see things happening and not react, and that's me knowing myself. That's knowing myself. I can't be put in those situations. I can't. Look how our police have handled me. Go back in the shorts. I can't deal with police. I can't deal with racists. It gets me angry. It draws me out. If you overstand that. And that could be me in the middle of that video fighting enough of them and then getting arrested, and I'm not having these cops arrest me after I've just had that happen. I'll be reacting to the cops now. Now I'm even more locked up for something else now. Overstanding. But there's a message I want to leave here, because there's a brother, and I have saw, he has put a comment, and I'm going to just read it first. It's on Facebook. That's his name. And that's the comment. And I'm going to read the whole comment because he laid everything down to a T, to be extremely honest. And I want people to actually consider what is being said here. Really consider. Because also I replied to someone in one of my videos recently, and they're saying Muslims, Islam's being pushed on everyone at all opportunities. I asked him, really, is this being pushed at you at all opportunities? Really? Like, if anything, I see more Christianity pushed at everyone and forced down everyone. And yes, it's not for everybody to end up in jail or custody, but it was something I used to laugh at as a young kid growing up. We used to go to jail, and the first thing you had in your room was a Bible. First thing they want to send you to is church. Why are they trying to force us to read a Bible or go to church? Did we ever consider that as a young juvenile? Think about it. Anyone that was in jail 20 years ago, about 16 to 25 years ago, 16 years plus ago, really think. Did you ever see a Quran? Did you ever see a Torah? Like, not a Torah, what's the sequence? Did you see any other books other than the Bible, basically? That's what I want you to think about. Did you see those Bibles in your actual room, your cell? The only place that the only thing you can look at and read was a Bible? Is that like not weird? Why were they forcing the Bible on you? You didn't find a Quran in there. You asked for a Quran, it was hard to get. That's to speak to the Imam, it's hard to see. Speak to the chaplain every day, though, if you want to. So, overstanding forced upon. We really need to consider what is forced upon the people here. And he's laying it down here, real life. So I'm just going to read it and then comment on it after. So it goes, Muslims taking over the UK. I never thought I'd have to write this, but I keep seeing people say Muslims are trying to take over the UK, bring in Sharia law, or push the country towards civil war. And I know some of that fear feels real. So I'm speaking plainly, not to argue, not to attack, just to bring this back to reality. And this is why I love him, because this is how I want people to come back to reality. Stop living in your falsified worlds. Yeah? This is not a Muslim majority country. It is a parliamentary democracy and country with Christian heritage. Laws are made by elected representatives. Muslims make up 6 to 7% of the population in a country of a roughly 70 million people. There is no legal, political, or demographic pathway for replacing British law with any religious law. That isn't secretly unfolding, it isn't slowly building, it isn't a hidden long-term plan. The average Muslim in Britain does not spend their time plotting political change like certain people do. There are no secret strategy meetings, no takeover conversations, no coordinated agenda, and no, we don't have some secret WhatsApp group discussing who's arriving by boats next week. The only WhatsApp groups we have are about exam results, family gossip, and who's bringing dessert for Ramadan. When Muslims get together, the conversations are painfully ordinary, painfully to the people that are eating it. Remember, I love the wording he uses. Painfully ordinary. Painfully for us as well, because it's football results we talk about. Who's top of the league? Ronaldo versus Messi debates, the cost of living, mortgage rates, Trump being unpredictable, children's school reports, business worries, holiday plans. During Ramadan, it's fasting and food. That's the reality. That's because we are British. Our daily lives look very similar to the average person in the country because we're in the West. Remember this. It's very clever. I love how he's spoken, you know. You listening as well, baby girl? Because it's beautiful, this. Next page. Because some people may want to read this. So let me get it right there. You can search his name, but I'm going to do it like that just in case you need to pause and get a proper read, because I do kind of read a bit different. So there's the second page. You may have to pause to read, but that should be enough. Next page. What people call Sharia courts in the UK are religious councils that mostly deal with marriage and divorce paperwork or mediation. They cannot override British courts. They cannot enforce criminal punishments. They cannot replace Parliament. If anything conflicts with UK law wins every single time. It's no different in principle from Jewish Beth Dean courts that handle religious matters within British law. Jewish Beth Dean courts. There may have been some of them in by you back in Stoke Newington. Because I swear there's they had their own schools and courts and all sorts, but let's forget it. Religious arbitration exists under the legal system. It does not replace it. Remember that. So it's your laws, not Islamic laws. Yes, many asylum arrivals are young men. Dangerous journeys are often made by the strongest family member first so they can seek safety and claim asylum, and if approved, reunite with their families legally. Reunite with their families legally if they succeed. This pattern has been seen throughout migration history, even down to the so-called British. Wanting secure borders is reasonable because we all want secure borders. We don't want the drugs and the PDFs coming over boats at all. Could be anything. We don't want the guns coming over the boats. Could be anything. There's so many things that come over the boats. Not just people hunting safety. And let's try not to go into my chat a bit. Let's continue reading. Wanting secure borders is reasonable. Wanting efficient processing is reasonable. Criminal behaviour should be punished. But that's immigration policy, not proof of a coordinated religious invasion. Sometimes I hear people say, we want our country back, or we just want to protect our country. I understand that feeling. Wanting safety, stability, and a sense of identity isn't wrong. But Britain hasn't been taken. It hasn't been stolen. It's still here. Its laws, institutions, culture, and democracy are intact. Protecting a country doesn't mean hating your neighbours. It means upholding fairness, rule of law, and shared values. There is no secret Muslim lobby running Westminster. There is no secret Muslim lobby running Westminster. British Muslims are not politically unified, do not vote as one bloc, and do not answer to a central authority. Most British Muslims are doing what everyone else is doing. Working, paying taxes, raising children, worrying about bills, hoping their kids succeed, wanting safe streets and a stable country. We do not want to change Britain into something else. We are part of Britain. Yeah? You can want law and order. You can want borders controlled. You can want your country protected. That's all fair. We all want that. But if anti-Muslim panic exists on your screen and nowhere in your real life, that's not society. That's an algorithm selling you fear. And that's the real life of it. And when we understand that, he had so many beautiful points. I need to go back over these points now because he had so many points there. First of all, Muslims aren't taking over the UK because we can't. The UK is controlled by British people, whether that be the law, whether that be the police service, whether that be certain jobs, whether that be the government system. There's so many things that aren't controlled by any type of Muslim or any type of cultured person. They are controlled by English British people. So who is your Prime Minister right now? Because I didn't vote him in, I don't vote. Who's your Prime Minister? Who did you vote in? Because that's the person that you have to blame. Not the Muslims walking the streets. Recognise that. We can't change a law. Let alone, they're talking about Sharia laws being forced onto people. And I've reiterated this before, yeah, and I'm going to reiterate it now. If you want protection for your women, you may look at the beauty of Sharia law. But we're not trying to push that, because even some of us may not feel Sharia law fits to us sometimes. Because it could be too strict for our British self. Yeah? So overstand, yeah? Sharia law. What are they trying to say? They are trying to say we are trying to get all the women to cover their faces and dress modest. Now I'm going to ask you, British people, that are marching. Do you want your little daughter walking out there with her boobies and batty out? Is that what you're asking? So you're saying, I don't want my daughter to dress modestly because that's what the Muslims dress like. I want her to come out in all sorts of skin loitering out. Is that what you're saying? Because that is part of the law that you are arguing against. You are arguing that women are being forced to dress and cover their skin. Women have a full choice to what they want to dress like. Just like my partner. My partner could dress as she likes. The only thing I do actually ask is that skin isn't showing, to be extremely honest, yeah. That was without having the Islamic wear, without any of that. It's just, I just don't want to walk down the road with my woman having boobies out and bottom out and everybody wants to look, because I'm a paranoid man. I'm a jealous man. So if I see people looking, I'm going to have something to say. If I have something to say, it could cause into an argument. If it causes into an argument, it could cause into a fight, which could cause into many things. So, me overstanding why I don't want my woman to dress seductively when she's walking with me because she is my wife is the same reason why you should overly think about why you're arguing against your woman actually dressing up nice. Now, modestly. Now let's take that away from Islam. How do the Christian women tell you to? How are Christian women modestly supposed to dress? Is that the same as how the Muslim woman should dress? Now, but look, I've gone back over my videos. I've done a little similarities, and this was one of the points I focused on the similarities of Islam and Christianity. And why is there so much debate? Why is there so much debate? Because the same way the Muslim women is supposed to dress modestly is the same way the Christian women are supposed to dress modestly. So if anything, if the Muslims are coming here and now a load more women are dressing more modestly, should you focus on Islam as the problem, or should you focus on Christianity as the problem? Because they did not know their book and they may now know their book. It may be nothing to do with Islam. It may just be the fact they've read the Bible a bit more intent and understand it now. Now, put that, this is a grown woman here now, as we say, this is a grown woman we're talking about. Now put that down to your children, people. Put that down to your children. So yes, you may not want your child to dress in full hijab, but would you like your child to dress in long jeans, long sleeve tops, coats? You know what I mean? Modestly. You know those women that you look at on social media and you think, I wish that was not my daughter. Would you like your daughter to be seen like that? Just a question. So all these Sharia law things that people are arguing about, I'm not trying to push the Sharia law at all. I'm just trying to say that the arguments that these people are coming with, it makes no sense if they want to protect their family, if they want to follow their book, because they're making arguments that make no sense. Yeah? So, once again, he points out here, Islamic laws are for us as Muslims, for us to follow as Muslims. My Islamic law does not protect me when I go out in the street. It's the British law. It's the UK law. It's not no Islamic law I follow. No women are going to get arrested today because they've got their skin showing. No, because that's what you claim Sharia law to be. That's the overstanding. If we was in Saudi Arabia or certain other countries and women were dressing provocatively, then you presume, the presumption is these women may be arrested in certain other countries. Is that happening in England? Or are you actually seeing more skin than you are hijabs? Something to consider. Now also, let's consider it on the flip side. They're changing a lot of the normal English people from Christians to Islam. Now, have you ever asked a Muslim person who's come from Christianity why he's come to Islam? Have you ever asked anyone, whether they be black, white, Asian, have you ever spoken to a Muslim revert who has reverted from Christianity to Islam to find out why he has done that? Because I guarantee, unless there's the weak people that did follow, there's going to be a percentage of people that just come to Islam because they went to jail, and there's going to be a small percentage of people that grew up in probably an Asian community that now, we understand Islam and we're going to become Muslim, because most of my friends are Muslim. But that's a small percentage. A high percentage of us actually come to Islam because we realised the real. We realised there was a lot of fake propaganda being pushed at us from all types of angles. And when we read about this certain thing that there's so much propaganda about, we realised it's not exactly as it was told. And then we'll come back to, why am I Muslim? I'm Muslim because the values and the lessons that the Quran was teaching me were the same lessons and morals my mum was teaching me that I was not hearing when I went to Sunday school. So although I went to Sunday school and I've read the Bible back to front and front to back, yeah, I didn't see none of these good messages that was being sent. I didn't feel these good messages. These good messages were not talked about even in the church when we went there. We were just reading about the stories with no intent on what we were reading. It was just like, oh yeah, Jesus done this. Oh yes, he fed this. And oh yes, we should believe in this. And oh, it's just all gobbly smack. And it's not me disrespecting the Bible here. Please understand this. There's so much truth and so much good in the Bible, but I'm trying to make you understand the reason why I came to Islam. Because I'm someone who has read the Bible. I am someone that went to Sunday school. I am someone that has attended more than one church on regular occasions. So it's not like I just went to one church today and one. I've attended this church 10, 20 times. I've attended this church 10, 20 times. I've been standing behind this chaplain, this, yeah. So I have an actual upbringing in that, if you understand the standing. And my understanding was, when I was reading that book and when I was going to these talks, I was not getting no positiveness in it. And it's kind of sad to say, yeah. I even went to a funeral a couple of weeks ago, yeah, and it happened to be in a church, yeah. It's for my auntie and that, yeah, and it's keeping it real, yeah. I went in the church and I felt uplifted. I felt so uplifted. But then when I was listening to the words as a Muslim, I felt there's so much that even these chaplains are lost by still now. And it was quite sad for me sitting there, and I was thinking, it's beautiful. I love being around black people in the church. But then it's like when I'm hearing them take all the praise away from God and they just talk about praise Jesus, it hurts my feeling. It hurts me. Because I'm thinking we're just praising and idolizing another man. And when we overstand it, and this is not me again trying to be disrespectful for any religion at all, this is just my understanding, and this is how I perceive things. I may be right, I may be wrong, but my perceive is, and we need to understand this as well, what I mean. The same way Jesus is idolized in churches, do we not see a comparison to the idolized of that one person the same way people idolize celebrities? Because Jesus, yes, he is a prophet. Yes, he has a higher calling than the average general people. But he was still human. And a lot of us seem to forget that. None of us can ever say God, Allah, is human or like us. We can't. And that's what makes him the all bearer, the all seer, the all hearer, the breather of life. That's what makes him so special. Because he is not like any of us. We can't compare to him. And yes, some of us may not feel like we can compare to Isa, Jesus, but we need to understand he's still a human being just like me and you. And in fact, if we focused our energies on focusing on the one up above, we may find we can do more miracles just like Isa could. We may find the powers in leading people to safety and leading people to the right way is in all of us. And we will realize that you see the same way some people have made us forget that we should be focusing on the one God and celebrating the one God is the same way they've made us focus on Jesus, just like we've focused on all these celebrities. Now we come to find out a lot of these celebrities went to Epstein Island. A lot of these celebrities do underhand things in the name of God. Astaghfirullah. Now when we actually start to consider these things, for me now, understanding it, it shows that us as people, we are easily led, and that's how they've got us. They knew they could lead us from they fed us the book, changed a few words and realised we can change a few words in this and mass control a group of people. And we can allow them to forget the one God and make them focus on one human. Forget all the other prophets, because remember there's been loads of prophets, Abraham, Muhammad, Joseph, Samuel. There's been loads of prophets. Loads of prophets. All come with the right intention because they've been sent down from above. The word they feel, the spiritual sense they feel has been sent to them from above. Now, how have we forgotten all these other prophets? How are we forgetting them? How are we not remembering these prophets are all human beings? How are we not seeing the similarities in how people worship celebrities and shout and get excited for another human being? Now in Islam, we hold praise to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We recognize he is a special person, but we don't worship him. We worship Allah. We just follow his way because his way made us closer to Allah. Yes, we love our prophet, but we love all prophets and we love all human beings. It's a generic thing. It's not because it's Muhammad that we just love him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We love all our people of the book. And this is the message I want people to understand, even with this. We're supposed to love each other regardless of the differences. We're supposed to recognize our differences and see that that makes us actually individually special and different. We're supposed to learn from each other, from our differences, because we can teach each other a lot, and that's what makes us different, because some of us can help others. It allows us then to help others. Don't cut that off because of someone looking different, someone praying different. Don't cut it off, because this is what they want. They want to divide and conquer. The people in power want to divide and conquer. They divided black people, they divided Asian people, they even divided the white people. They divided the white people via sex of, oh, you're common, you're a business person, you're this. That's how the white people are segregated. That's why some of them will be called chavs, some of them will be called business, some of them will be called cops. You're all segregated, whether you're just as white people, you're all segregated into your white category. As black people, we've always been segregated as either house slaves or field niggas. Yeah? Segregation, causing segregation for the field ones to be jealous of the ones in the house to feel more rights over the ones in the field. That's how the black people have got it. Even the Asians, Sikhs and Muslims should be getting along because they come from the same culture and same blood system and same grounds, just like Africans and Jamaicans should feel the same, just like English and Polish or English and Romanian should feel the same, because you actually look the same, you are the same sense of blood and breed, if that makes sense. But there's segregation, and that's what they want. They want to segregate the black Africans from the black Caribbeans. And then when you come to England, they want to separate the black British English from the black British Caribbean, from the black British. They just want to separate you. When we're separated, we are fighting each other, and they're able to control the surroundings around us because our minds are distracted elsewhere. And this is why I love being an independent business, because I also realised this with my business. Some people who were resellers were trying to push this product and that product into my eyes to say, oh, we're selling this, we're selling that, this is what we got, this is what we got. But really, that's taking your mind away from what you could be finding. And in fact, you've seen what they've got, and you going to look for what they've got and then listing it is only going to help them sell their product than it is help you sell yours. So yes, they told us about some new brands when we first started reselling, but real life of it, were those brands they had brand connections with deals? Was those brands that they had thousands and hundreds of their products already available? Were those brands that they've dropped in all the charity shops and car boots knowing that we are going to look for them so they can actually get money back? Or were those brands that actually were worth money? Do you get it? So don't let them mislead us. Because as I say, lucky for me, I think for myself, keeping it real straight and honest, I always fought for myself. Always. I am not a follower. I am not a sheep. A lot of people may say I've been around a lot of people. Yes, I have. But I don't follow these people in what they do. Something people may need to overstand with me. I may do a lot of things. But everything I do is for myself. I don't follow that man or that girl over there. It's not how I do it unless I want to go and follow over there. Not just doing it because you're doing it. Not just doing it because they're doing it. Not just doing it because I'm part of the gang and it's what we all do. No, I'm part of the gang, but I do what I want to do. You understand me? So when we start overstanding these things, recognizing that there's a lot, and he says it right there, There's a lot of propaganda, a lot of this social media being pushed that Islam's being forced on people, that Muslims are coming and telling our kids to become Muslim and all these type of things. But then when we actually look at it in our day-to-day life, we don't actually see none of this. In fact, we actually see more Christianity forced upon us than we see Islam. And even when we actually think about these marches, really think about these marches are not because people are forcing people to think of Islam and be Muslim. These marches are to tell you to be Christian. So wait a minute. The Muslims are threatening everybody. They're bullying everyone to become Muslims, but we don't see groups of people in the streets becoming Muslims. We don't see no events arranged to force people to become Muslims. We only see those events for the Christians, don't we? We only see those events from the British cultured people. We only see those events from people like ICE agents saying, we don't want that culture here. We don't want that. Hello. Who's forcing who, where, and when, and how? So now, I want everybody, it's been 55 minutes now. I've been rambling a bit. I'm still fasting. Mouth a bit dry still, but don't know how I'm doing it. But real life, I want people to start considering, why are we not seeing all these riots on the TV news right now? Why are we not seeing them? Why are we not having these people highlighted that are doing fascist and racial remarks and marches in Manchester? Why are we not seeing it? Why do we have to look on our social media from the real people who are doing the real reporting for us? Does that show us what we've been controlled by? Why is it that we see a lot of Muslims, and to be honest, it was all black people being ripped down before for what they do. Now it's becoming Muslims. It's all the Muslims doing this and all the Muslims doing that. Yeah? So real life, I want us to really consider, what crimes do you really see on a day-to-day life? When was the last time you seen a Quran if you are a British person? When was the last time you actually seen a Bible? When was the last time any of these things were forced upon you? Let me know when and how. Let me know what this Muslim said to you. Let me know what this Christian says to you. Because as I said, it's quite funny. It's all about Muslims taking over Britain, but we can't take over Britain. We're just being Muslims in Britain because we're British and now we're Muslim. Now, if that interacts with certain cultures that aren't Muslim, that aren't even Christian themselves, asking for a Christian country back, we need to start questioning, who are they fighting? Who is the fight really with? What is the fight we've actually got going on here? Can we win this fight? And I'm telling you, we can. We're not going to allow no fascist, no racist, no marchers to change how we feel. And in fact, we're not going to allow these people to kind of segregate the good people. Because there's good people in these marches thinking it is Muslims doing these things, but they have no common sense because all they're being forced is the propaganda like Muslims are. But as I say, real point, we don't see this on the news now. Like, why is there not live reports saying this is what's going on in Manchester? Why are we not talking about this Muslim man getting attacked by loads of thugs, but then getting arrested? Why is these not the talks on the normal day-to-day news? This morning, GMB, good morning, Britain. I like to see what you have to say about these things. What do you have to say? Because the battle is also with them, the people pushing these fake narratives to stupid people who can't think for themselves. And again, time for me to end it now. Ramadan Mubarak. Please remember, this is Ramadan. They are bringing this battle in Ramadan. They decided to march in Ramadan. Please remember that. please remember, don't be drawn out, even though it may be a reason as well, because they think we're all fasting. So don't hide, but don't be also drawn out. We defend the honor without going too deep, if you understand me. Something I'm trying to learn. If you understand me, I have to learn it. I have to be able to go to these places and just be standing firm, not getting caught up in all the things around me, because I couldn't see that happening to the brother and not doing that. Put it that way. Put it that way. Just put it this way. I would have been in cuffs. I know. I know. Quite funny and to laugh at, and it's sad to think, but I know I would be in cuffs. Sad. It's why I need Ramadan. So I need Ramadan. Need Ramadan more than you know. But real life, please don't be distracted, good people. Keep doing the good things we are doing. Defend the honor. Don't let no fascist, racist piece of scum. When you look at them, you see the scum. You see the scum. Keeping it real. We see loads of scum in those crowds. It's mostly percentage of scum. You may smile at us on a normal day. You may walk in our shop on a normal day. You may own a business on a normal day. Highlight them. Take pictures, record them. Let's get it all around the world. Get it all around the world. And I did do one. So I did tag something, and I'm going to end it here just to show you what I mean. Where is it? Just to show you what I mean about the types of people that you do see here. Is it gone? Has it gone? Oh no. So as you can see behind me, it's not that one. Oh, did I do it here? Nope. I didn't. Fortunately, I think it's on the story, but yeah. Main point is, don't trust everything you see. Actually learn and read for ourselves, and let's not allow people to segregate us and break us apart so they can go and make more money and control more of us. Actually stand strong in our beliefs. Don't let people change our beliefs, whether they're Muslim or Christian. Don't make no one change your beliefs. You feel your beliefs, you know your beliefs. Just follow yourself. And these Manchester riots are full of, yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Combos, and I hope everybody has a good Sunday.